I'm very excited. We have very special guests with us. So I will introduce everyone. So first, I will introduce Aubrey Ledridge. Can you wave? Thank you. Aubrey has been in Freedom Solar for 1.5 years now. In the past, he has been working in the sustainability field as a consumer advocate and analyst. So thanks for being with us. We have Dare Lambertson that starts a realty. We call it Permi Realty because of his background and his focus also. So Dare has been an APG alumni. He has experience in natural building, permaculture, landscaping, and right now his focus is to connect people to find piece of land where they can create their permaculture dreams at a good price. We have David Fain, that is the founder of Eco Estate International, originally from Vietnam. He has been working with a business in Germany as an engineer, building solar panel for many years, and then he found his own business. He wants to be a role model for change and implements urban greening at the state, nation, and global wide level, working with government and people. We have Rebecca Power here with us tonight. She's been a long time co-director of Aston. I switched the name. She's currently working as the sales manager for Tiny Farm Village, Tiny Home. She was the director and Center for Natural Living and sponsor liaison for Future Frontiers. Thanks for being with us tonight. We have Kayaga with Sustainable Human Earth. Kayaga received his PhD from Regenerative Leadership Institute, and he has taken also an intensive earthworks workshop to Living Mandala with Mr. Jeff Layton. Welcome. Thank you. So, first I would like to send a question to our dear Dare with your business. I would like to see what are you thinking out from permaculture? What inspired you to realize your business? What inspired you to create your business? After having taken your PDC, what was your drive?
Hello.
And please feel free to take the time to explain a little bit what it is.
Okay, let's see. So in 2009, I got my permaculture design course. I did a permaculture design course, and pretty shortly after that, me and my wife bought a piece of property and lived there for a good amount of years. And during that time, I planted hundreds of fruit trees and kind of restored the land. We added a bunch of bees and ran an apiary out of there for, started the apiary. The land before had been grazed for a long time and was in, ill repair. And over the time that we lived there, I was able to kind of restore it and, kind of make it more abundant. Certain life things happened, and we were had to sell that property. But during that process, I found that I found a buyer that could share that same goal, and so they were able to come into the property and to a property that was already established and had a producing, land. And what he's doing is he's starting an eco village there, and so he's able to come in and add a bunch of spots so that people can come in with their tiny homes or whatever they have, and he's increasing gardens and doing all that sort of stuff. So it was a way that I took that and that experience, and I wanted to share that with others, because a lot of times it's really hard to do that. You know, there's a lot of barriers to entry to land ownership, and I'd like to kind of use my experience that I've had in kind of everything to connect people with what they need to be able to live their values and live their dream.
That's awesome. Thank you so much for sharing. I'd like also to just add a little bit of you, David Pham. I think your business is really successful, and
yeah, we have a pretty large business.
Let's start. Sorry to interrupt, David. Sorry to interrupt, but I would really like you to share a little bit about what inspired you to create that business and what keep you going. Thank you.
I was when I was a kid, I always wanted to be an architect, but my father, he's in the military, so he told me to go be an engineer. So I have to go be an engineer. So I always wanted to be an architect. I want to build something that is very, very nice and is eco-friendly. And so I worked as an engineer for 25 years in the semiconductor. And back in 2006, I was in Dresden, Germany. I was the manager for a whole semiconductor plant for advanced micro devices, actually. And they sold the plant to a Saudi Arabian company. So I kind of like Germany. And I married a Ukrainian girl when I was over there. so I wanted to stay in Germany a little bit longer. So I worked for a solar company back in 2006, Q-Cell in Thalheim, Leipzig. They're the largest solar cell manufacturer in the world. So they hire all of our semiconductor engineers to go into the Q-Cell plant in Leipzig. They call it Solar Valley. And we increased their solar efficiency of their solar cell about 2%. 2% back then is huge, to increase solar cell efficiency. Because right now, solar cell efficiency run around 23, 24%. Back then, they were like 16, 17%. So when you increase it from 16, 17 to 18, 19, that's huge. Yeah. So in 2007, I said, I told all my engineers that I took away I said to them, why don't we go home and do this ourselves? So we all came back to America. I mean, we saved a lot of money working over there as an expat. As an expat, you pocket all the money. They pay for your house, they pay for your food, they pay for your car, so your whole entire salary went to the bank. So we would save up a sizable amount of money. So we came back to America. And I said, we can build a house better than any home builder in America. So first we got into what we call zero energy home building business. Okay? You know what a zero energy home building is, or a zero energy home is?
Is it like where it zeroes out,
You have no gas bill, no water bill, no electric bill, okay? You have no, except for the property tax. We try to get around that, but right now we can't find a way to get around property tax. Yeah, exactly. So the house that we built have no electric bill, no water bill, no gas bill. Wait, we don't run gas in it; it's all electric. Okay. And then every zero energy home we build have a solar system on it. Okay. But usually our home take about 18 months to build, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah. So our crew sitting there doing nothing for 18 months. Yeah.
And would you talk a little bit about the yacht that you also built?
Yeah, actually, I will show that. I will show that.
Because he has a very special product that he's doing.
Yeah. We should build a solar yacht, okay? Yeah, very nice. Actually, the main business we
just quickly, okay? Because I want to introduce you.
Let me go there. Yeah, we just finished a 50 megawatt project in Southeast Asia. It's a floating solar project, okay? It's on the water, okay? 50 megawatt. 50 megawatt is about 1,200 square meter on the water, Yeah, very, very big. I mean, you can see this lake is solar forever. Okay? And when you put solar on the water, you know, actually you get 10% more production from the solar panels because the water cools the solar panels. Okay?
One more 30-second-ish.
Okay. And right now we're building the largest solar project in Southeast Asia, 600 megawatts. Okay? This is the money maker for the company. Okay? We build big solar power plants. Okay? And our next product is actually, we have a product to replace concrete and asphalt. It's eco-friendly. You know, so build roads. We build roads all over the world, which is very eco-friendly. You know, asphalt and concrete are the worst thing for the environment. Okay? So we partner with the University of Texas to develop an eco-friendly replacement for asphalt and concrete. Okay?
Thank you. Thank you
Okay,
so
well,
much for
let me show you the solar product.
And the last product?
Yeah.
Sorry.
Okay, I mean, I have to show you the video of this. This is so nice, okay?
We have someone that will
You gotta see the video of this one. I mean, this is a hobby.
This guy.
Okay, yeah, this guy is so nice. You can cruise forever, you know?
Yeah.
They have music, but the music is You see the fry grid, they come up and down, yeah? The whole top is solar panels, okay? We have a battery system inside, so at night you run on the batteries, and in the morning you run on the solar. Okay, so pretty much it runs forever.
When are we going?
Thank you. You guys are my platform now. Thank you so much for sharing. It's really nice to have you. Okay, now I would like to have Tiaga. I would love you to share a little bit about we have. Can you pause your video maybe? David, would you pause it? Okay, so yes, we have listed 3 aspects that we find that for creating a business is really important, and those 3 aspects are finding your niche, and that's something that I would love you to share, because I think as a person that works with also children, and you work also with Indian indigenous people about promoting art, I think through permaculture, and I think it's a beautiful way also to share. And I'm curious about what did you do to find your niche and find your focus through that?
Well, thank you for the question. My name is Tiaga. Our operation is called Sustainable Humane Earth. And on that point, it's actually like a Rubik's Cube. So to find your niche, I think you have to be able to cultivate everything. Permaculture is stacking functions. So that would be one of the main things that we use, just as my own human body, just stacking functions, seeing how many functions I can get out of my own human body. So that said, the question was about finding the niche. So there's a million things I could say, and one of them would be, I'm working on a documentary, and the first question that's usually asked is, well, when will it be finished? Well, probably when I'm dead, because it's just constantly ongoing. I just film everything I do, and it actually turned into a talk. And it's called Farmer with No Land, because I wanted to be able to showcase how a person like me, with my own human body, can actually survive. Because without a gigantic company, how can I make money doing this? You know, how can the sustainability part be ecological? And I actually haven't come to that point yet. So I keep metamorphosing myself into many different forms so that we can continue to relate and adapt, relate and adapt, relate and adapt. So Farmer with No Land is to educate someone on how, with no resources, no investment capital, just your own proprietary knowledge and your own physical spirit, and the only thing that actually gets you through any of that is called seva. It's a Sanskrit word, and it means the willingness to participate without the need or want for anything in return. So I would say I continuously beat myself to a pulp, constantly giving in a world that actually doesn't value this yet. So I think I haven't gotten there yet. My question is not positive. My question is actually quite tragic. I mean, my answer is quite tragic.
I'm still learning.
Yeah, so luckily there's a room full of people that understand this, and hopefully together we can actually all do it. Because I need help. Come help me.
Thank you so much. So the second aspect that we find really important is defining your audience. And I would like Aubrey to give a little something about that. What do you think about what is important?
Dave, do you want to take this?
Defining your audience. That's a good question. That it's. Sorry, I'm trying to find the right distance. I think that it's. I think it's about trying to listen to what people's needs are first and foremost, right? When you're talking about solar, you're really kind of giving somebody a whole new proposition, right? We don't think about the lights that we turn on and turn off. We just take it for granted that the electricity is there and that it's on demand constantly for us. So people don't think a lot about where that comes from, what the consequences are of it, and how they can kind of act to take independence from the grid and do something that's environmentally and ecologically responsible. Finding your audience is a lot about defining your audience, right? It's about building a knowledge base. We could talk a lot about the solar IQ and try and get people to understand that this is a whole new world that we're living in, right? 100 years ago, rural Texas was largely unelectrified, right? We're kind of doing, our proposition is a second electrical revolution here in Texas, that it's going to change from grid electricity to something that's much more small scale, much more individually and community defined. And so it's a lot about building people to a new understanding of how we think about energy and where that comes from. And so, that's kind of how we go about it. I hope that wasn't too much of a skirting of the question.
That's great, thank you. Is anyone else in the group here would like to add something about the audience, finding your audience? Like some tips you can share with our awesome people here.
I'd add something that finding your audience, in order to reach out, I think you first have to reach in and know yourself. Like Tiago was saying, is that you're constantly searching, you're constantly learning, you're constantly changing, and the only way that you can have anything of value is to know what you have yourself, or at least to try to understand it. And so, finding your audience, your audience is there. It's where do you fit in, and what can you provide?
Thank you. It's really precious information. Thank you so much. Now I would like to have the microphone give to Rebecca Power, and I really want everyone here to acknowledge Rebecca. I think we were supposed to have another woman on our panel tonight, and I think it's awesome to have a woman as an entrepreneur with us tonight. I think part of permaculture and part also of the Vision of All System Network, it's really to integrate women into the sustainability movement, and seeing us we as women have a certain power over our future, and we carrying life, and we also carrying what the future could be. So thank you, Rebecca, to be here. So what I would love to ask you, Rebecca, is how did you find your way to create sales for what you're doing right now? What is the best way to generate sales and capturing the people you're working with and your clients?
It all starts with being really passionate about what you're selling. And a year and a half ago, I was selling toothpaste. So how am I sitting here today selling a totally alternative lifestyle with this agri-hood community and tiny homes? I was already living that lifestyle. I bought a travel trailer, made a cute little glamper, moved it to an off-grid property with an intention to start a beautiful eco-village permaculture inspired community. But what I was lacking was people and neighbors and connection. And when I found Village Farm, it wasn't something that I initially thought that I would be selling or living that lifestyle, but it all manifested and unfolded in a beautiful way. And when you feel really passionate about living a lifestyle that's in line with your values and your passions and your vision, it becomes second nature to then provide others an opportunity to live that lifestyle as well through selling that opportunity. And so it's kind of a blessing. It's also kind of a curse though, because when you sell something to someone, then you are also there and responsible for ensuring that you're good on your word and are holding up to all of the expectations that were set forth in that sales process. When you're selling a vision that has renderings and ideas and dreams versus then what unfolds in reality being slightly different, there's always that skewed perception. But it's about being true to your word and impeccable with your word, and also having integrity and faith in what you're doing. And then I think that as long as you believe in it, you can sell it and rock it, bring it to life. So I hope that answered your question.
Yeah, that's great.
Oh yeah, you got the sales guy right here.
No, yeah, I'm an engineer background. I think women make the best sales people on the earth because they're born with the communication skills. We have to learn them.
Yeah.
I'm sorry to cut you off, David, but we are running out of time. I'm the bad person here, sorry. Again, me with you. So just very quickly, can you give the audience here an idea of what would be your biggest challenge and what keeps you going? If you can just pass the microphone.
Yeah, our company, we're looking around for the next biggest thing, Yeah, and then we try to focus on hobbies, the stuff that people. So when you look at people, what people like, and then you meet that their expectations, that's a business. So everything that in our company, we
Need to stay focused.
Oh, okay.
Biggest challenge and what keeps you going, please. Sorry, you're a really great speaker.
So the biggest challenge, in my career with the company, so I'm the sales and customer care manager at Village Farm. It's at agri-hood in Austin. The largest challenge for me is that nobody's done this before. We're pioneering a whole new lifestyle, a whole new offering for residential, commercial, mixed development, all around a certified organic farm. And pulling it off is a lot more difficult than thinking it up. So the biggest challenge is just staying motivated every day, and if you're thrown a curveball, to make sure you can kind of roll with the punches and do it with a smile, stay positive.
And what keeps you going?
My neighbors. I love my community. Seriously, sometimes I'm like, what am I doing with my life? And I'm like, I'm doing it because I care so much about the people in this community, and I want more people to experience this because it's really special.
Thank you.
That connection.
Thank you.
I think the biggest challenge is that it's really intimidating to try and walk the road less traveled, right? There's not a clear path before you. It's not a sort of conformed position that existed, and there's a new horizons to be found. I think that's really scary, but then that's also, on the flip side, the thing that keeps me going, and it's also really exciting. It's really fun to get up and know that the challenges that are in front of you every day are going to be new and different and interesting, and at the end of the day, you're doing something different.
Thank you.
Okay, challenge and keeps you going.
Exactly.
Okay, so, I'm trying to think about this. I'm trying to come up with a hard challenge or something that would be good.
If you never had a challenge, you're really
I've never
special.
been challenged as a thing. No. So, I think that the challenge, I guess in the context of being a business owner is, again, finding where you sit in the world and what you want to offer. And kind of exactly what it is that you want to do, because if you're running a business, you're likely doing it to make money. And sometimes the thirst of profit can get in the way of morality. And so a lot of times that can be a big challenge, just because money has this way of kind of messing things up sometimes. And in terms of what keeps me going, I would say that's why I try to focus in this realm is trying to help people find a place that they can have for their own. And I'll also throw out there that my wife and my 2 kids keep me going.
Thank you. Beautiful.
Okay, so briefly, I always say it's people, not the plants. The plants have a desire to make us grow, and that's actually what keeps me going as well. And I use a term called earth integration, because we're all obsessed with our AIs. So for me, it's how to go from behind the phone to pull people out of their phone and into the garden and get rid of the AI and become EI, which is earth integration. So that's all I have to say.
Thank you so much. Thank you for all our panelists. And if you want to learn more and connect, please visit their booths after the next panel.